Hello, my name is Fox and you're watching Den of Fools. Let's jump right in. In week 16 of 2024, we had 163 tournaments with a total of 2,685 players and 8,941 games played. This week there are even more factions in blue, with the Necrons topping the charts with 25 wins and 68 top 3 placings. Their weighted basic is 8.2, which is the second most overall, and a lot better than the 28 they got last time. They struggled considerably last week compared to their usual form, which certainly looks like a one-off as they have taken top spot from the Space Marines, who have far more players. It'd be interesting to see if they remain at the top with multiple new codexes seen play very soon. It is also likely they will get a nerf in the next Balanced data slate, given their impressive form since their codex released. The Space Marines close behind with 24 wins, 75 top 3s and a weighted place of 90.1. This is a very similar weighted placing to last time, suggesting they have found their current level for the time being. The Custodians come next with 17 wins, 40 top 3 placings and a weight placing of 10. From the previews of their codex, they may well drop down when it finally starts seeing play across tournaments. As it is a 2-week pre-order window, we still have a little while to wait, but I'm sure Custodians players will enjoy their index while they still can. The Orcs come next with 13 wins, 27 top 3 placings and a weight placing of 7.1, the best overall. They have a very impressive week this time around, although we have seen similar results in previous weeks. With their codex releasing at the same time as Custodians, with seemingly a big increase in their strength, they certainly should be near the top once it releases. Another faction with a codex on the way, Tau, get 10 wins, with 23 top 3s and another impressive weighted placer with 9.3. With 3 of the factions who are currently winning a lot of tournaments getting new codexes very soon, we could see some big changes to the meta. The Grey Knights continue their good form with 9 wins, 23 top 3s and a weighted placer of 11.6. It is safe to say they are one of the top factions in terms of winning tournaments at the moment. The Eldari come next with 8 wins, 28 top 3 placings, and a weighted base of 16.5. This is an improvement for them, although they don't get any wins at the larger tournaments. The Tyranids make a surprise entry into the blue group, with 7 wins, 22 top 3s, and a weighted base of 17.6. Sisters are the last faction in blue, also getting 7 wins with 16 top 3s and an impressive weighted base of 9.6. Guard top the green group with 5 wins, 21 top 3s, and a weighted base of 31.2, which is an improvement on last time. The Votan and Demons also get 5 wins, with weighted placing of 13 and 18.6 respectively. The remaining factions in green all get 4 wins, with the World Eaters getting 16 top 3s and a weighted placing of 28.8. Chaos Space Marines make an improvement, with a weighted placing of 26, with Chaos Knights rounding out the group on 23.5. Nearly all the factions in yellow get 3 wins, being ranked by the number of top 3 placings. Thousand Sons get the most, with 23, followed by Death Guard on 21. Imperial Knights get 14 top 3s, with Drukhari on 10, and Gene Stealers on 7. Most of these factions have higher weighted placings, apart from the Gene Stealers, who have a weighted placing of 9, the third best overall. Due to their low player base, a small number of wins go a long way in terms of a weighted placing. Finally, Admech are at the bottom, with their 34 players only managing a single win. 22 factions manage at least one top 10 placing, but the Space Marines get the most top 10s with a massive 275. The Necrons are in second with 144 top 10 placings, followed by Custodians in third on 92 top 10 placings. The Space Marines and Necrons in particular have quite the haul this week. Unsurprisingly, the Space Marines are the most played faction with 19.18% of all players taking them. Necrons are the second most popular on 8.49%, followed by Custodians in third on 5.81%. Of course, Space Marines will remain at the top, but it will be interesting to see who is second and third when the new codexes see play. It takes our resident stats guru and Ultramarine fanboy Fearless Fox many hours to collect all the data. It would be great if you could show your appreciation by liking and sharing the video. It really helps us with the God algorithm of YouTube. We have grouped the win rates by colour, with the key at the bottom of the screen. This week, the Thousand Sons and the Custodians top the charts with win rates of 56.2%. This is another week on top for the Thousand Sons, despite not picking up that many tournament wins. The Custodians are a little higher than their usual level, although we know it will change soon. The Necrons are the last faction outside the Goldilocks zone, with a win rate of 55.9%. This is another good result for them, around their usual level. It'll be interesting to see if this is the last few weeks at the top for them, with new challenges entering the meta in the form of new codexes. There is a balanced data slate seemingly close at hand as well, which could add further hurt to their win rate. In any event, I am sure Necron players like myself will enjoy the success while it lasts. In all honesty, some of their units, such as Wraiths and the Catan, really could do with a points adjustment. The Grey Knights are the first faction in the Goldilocks zone, with a win rate of 53.9%. Imperial Knights get a win rate of 51.9%, with Eldari close behind on 51.8%. The Sisters round out the group with a win rate of 51.3%. The Orcs just miss out on green with a win rate of 49.9%. Their win rate is a little lower than I would have expected, considering how well they've done in terms of winning tournaments this week. We have a lot of factions in yellow, although the majority are within the Goldilocks zone. Tau get a win rate of 48.1%, with the Tyranids on 48%. The World Eaters are on a win rate of 46.6%, with Drukhari close behind on 46.5%. Death Guard, Space Marines and Votan all get a win rate of 46.3%, with Demons on 46.2%. Guard get a win rate of 46.1%, with Admech just getting in the zone with a win rate of 45.1%. There are 3 factions below the zone, with the GC of the Cults on a win rate of 44.2%. Chaos Knights are on 42.1%, with Chaos Space Marines unfortunately still struggling on a win rate of 38.9%. The Necrons remain at the top of the running totals as the only faction above the Goldilocks zone since the last data slate, with a win rate of 55.3%. They are a little lower on the 4-week rolling win rates than the factions behind, but they are clearly the most consistent all things considered. The 4-week rolling win rates will be very helpful once the new codex is released, so we can see how well they are performing. The Thousand Sons are now tied with Custodies for second, with both of them on a win rate of 54.6%. The Thousand Sons are performing better on the 4-week rolling win rate, which has placed them above the Custodies. The Grey Knights keep steadily improving. They are now on a win rate of 51.9%, with Sisters coming next on 51.2%. Chaos Demons have dropped a little bit, with a win rate of 50.7%. Imperial Knights are on 50.2%, with Eldari just sneaking in green, with a 50% win rate. The majority of factions are in yellow, with Drukhari topping the group on a win rate of 49.7%, with Gene Stealers close behind on 49.6%. After a few rough weeks, their win rates since the data slate have suffered, dropping them out of the green group. Only 2 factions are below the Goldilocks zone. Admech are still struggling on a win rate of 44.1%, with Chaos Space Marines firmly at the bottom, with a win rate of 41.5%. These 2 factions have been struggling for a good while now. At least Chaos Space Marines have a new codex to look forward to, whereas the Admech are just going to have to wait for the next balance update. The White Scars topped the win rates with 55.6%, although there were only 3 players. As there were so few, perhaps the real winners are the Blood Angels, who get an impressive win rate of 55.4%. This is a very good result for them, as they've been a fair bit lower in recent weeks. The Space Wolves are the first chapter in the Goldilocks zone, with a win rate of 52.2%. The second most popular chapter, the Black Templars, are close behind, with a win rate of 52%. The Death Watch are the last known chapter in the Goldilocks zone, with a win rate of 46.9%. The third most popular chapter, the Ultramarines, come next, with a win rate of 41.4%, which is an improvement for them. The Iron Hands are the last founding chapter in yellow, with a win rate of 41.3%. The most popular chapter, the Dark Angels, are just in the red group, with a win rate of 39.9%. The Salamanders are close behind on a win rate of 39.8%. The Raven Guard have a win rate of 37.5%, with the Imperial Fists on a win rate of 30.8%. There are some large discrepancies between the chapters, which does show that they are perhaps not that well balanced against each other. Having said that, some of the unique chapters are very competitive indeed at the moment, with the Blood Angels coming third on the overall rankings. The Black Templars remain at the top of the running totals with a win rate of 51.8%. The Space Wolves come next with a win rate of 50.6%. The Blood Angels improve their position in the Goldilocks zone with a win rate of 47.7%, helped greatly by this good week. The Death Watch are on 44.3%, with the Dark Angels on a win rate of 42.9%. The Salamanders get a win rate of 42.8%, with Fearless's favourite Blue Boys, the Ultramarines, on a win rate of 41.8%. The Iron Hands just get in yellow, with a win rate of 40.2%. The White Scars are on a win rate of 36.1%, with the Imperial Fists on 33.1%, and the Raven Guard on 32.1%. As we only have a few known sub-factions in the weekly, we will focus on the win rates since the date slate. The Word Bearers top the win rates with 46.2%, followed by the Iron Warriors on 45.5%. They are the only warbands in the Goldilocks zone. The most popular warband, the Black Legion, are on a win rate of 43.7%, followed by the Emperor's Children on a win rate of 43.2%. The Alpha Legion are close behind with a win rate of 40.6%. The Night Lords are the last warband, with a win rate of 34.7%. If you enjoyed our content, please subscribe, check out one of the videos on screen, and consider using our affiliate links in the description. Thank you for watching.